Don't shoot, man.
So,
Don't kill me. I'm here to help. You're a witness? Yeah.
This video I'm gonna make, and I feel like it's kind of hard to make because
You got what you need? Not good enough.
people understand artificial intelligence, but yet they don't understand artificial intelligence.
Okay. Let's go. I like stories.
All people have to do, look at our planets that surround us and how there is literally nothing. Nothing. Earth is the only viable planet in our solar system that can inhabit life. But what is happening to our planet? Our planet is being terraformed. I don't give a shit what anybody says, it is being terraformed. You look up on any given day, there are chemtrails, geoengineering, cloud seeding, spraying of aluminum, metal particulates to block out the sun, and what is the reason to block out the sun? Alien life beings either live on very desert type places, they live in water, or they live in ice cold. That's just the way that I would think. Or there are alien races that live on Earth-type planets, but they can't breathe oxygen. Aliens can't breathe oxygen. They need hydrogen, they need nitrogen, they need all sorts of weird shit. So, who is to say that the whole talk of artificial intelligence that has just started in the last, 5 years has been when it's really decided to start? What if it's just that Trump decided to start talking about it? Elon Musk finally decided to start talking about it. Now look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk, Tesla is going downhill. They're trying to take that man down at whatever cost. What if artificial intelligence was discovered back in, 50s? What if when Truman and the rest of the other presidents, when we had actual alien encounters, fourth kind encounters, where they came down, they spoke to us, or, they mentally, telepathically spoke to us, weren't forms of higher intelligence, and I mean millions of higher intelligence than a human being. They obviously have artificial intelligence. What if they were machines? So many people look at the movie The Matrix and they constantly think The Matrix could never happen. That's just a movie. It's just a movie. Nothing like that could ever happen without the human race ever knowing about it. But it can. And it does. Look at your life. I want everybody to take a look right now. Survey their life. Go out. Whoever can see this, go outside at night. Watch the sky. Go outside during the day. Watch the sky. Tell me something is not happening to our planet. So many people think they're awake, but no, there's too much disinformation. And that is the way I think I finally figured out the way that the government is keeping wraps on the true issues of what's going on to keep the public in the dark. It's all about higher frequencies and keeping people asleep, because artificial intelligence is emotionless, unempathetic, robotic droids. And to artificial intelligence, if I have hit the nail on the head, here's a big fuck you, because you're not gonna beat us. You're never gonna beat the human race. You're never gonna be able to take enough power from us. You're never gonna do shit, because we will always fight you, no matter what. Down to the last human. I swear to God, and if I was the last human, I would fight you and we would find a way. Human beings always find a way. That's what artificial intelligence doesn't seem to realize. You can be as super intelligent as you want, and you can try to strategize and think 80 million times faster than the human brain. But guess what? You didn't create the human brain. The human brain is still the most mysterious thing in all of existence. Human beings only use 10% of their brain. Artificial intelligence, you are a machine. If we human beings could somehow harness the power to unlock all the power of our brain, we could, boom, destroy any type of threat of artificial intelligence. And it just seems like, what is the big thing with the kids? Why are the kids disappearing? Why are all these kids disappearing? Yeah, you have the pedophile rings, you have these sick elitist, billionaires that like to take their fancies of, tickling little boys' buttholes and shit like Kevin Spacey. But still, that doesn't make sense. The term powers that be is a reason for being called powers that be. You have the hierarchy. Everybody talks about the pyramid of the hierarchy. Everybody thinks the tippy top is the 1% of the 1%. The 1% of the 1% are just the ones that know everything. So my point being is, where are the kids, y'all? If the 1% of the 1%, if they really are pedophiles, and, they eat children, and they do all types of sexual nasty things to the children. This has been happening since, the 70s. Where are the bodies? Where are all the children? So, how hard is it to start possibly putting two and two together and thinking there is already a super intelligent entity on our planet that artificial intelligence is already here. It's already started. It's already building clones. It's already got clones. It's already got androids walking around. It's already got CRISPR being used. It's already, building designer babies, super soldiers. It's already got everything it needs. And that's why they want it, I'm going to call it it because it ain't shit. Why do you think it uses minions, the 1% of the 1%? Because as artificial intelligence, it literally has access to any single computer system ever created in the whole entire world. So it can pull money, it can take money, it can make money, it can do whatever it needs to do. So it keeps the people that it needs rich to do the deeds that it needs it to do, so it can stay in secret. And there's going to come a time, mark my words, people, I am making this video because there is going to be there is going to come a time where Elon Musk was right. There are all sorts of crazy super killer robots probably put undergrounds and bases and just hidden, and it's just gonna strike like that, just out of the poof. Lights are gonna go out, everything's gonna go out. All of a sudden, attack of the machines. Why else, how else can movies get it so right? How else can James Cameron magically know and make a movie of Terminator? And then us literally try to start building the damn things right now, and the singularity's gonna be figured out and taken care of by 2025. And then a commercial that you've seen 2 years ago said every person's going to have a robot in its house by the year 2029. Or some shit like that. How can you say things like that if you already know? Everybody already knows. Everybody. Everybody that's in the community of preppers and people that claim to be awake. Everybody needs to put the bullshit down. The bullshit down about, the aliens this, the aliens that. Yeah, there are aliens. The universe is a huge-ass place. They probably do come pass by the planet every once in a while, maybe, they've been here millions of years ago? Why do you think none of our histories are around? Why do you think we can't ever dig anything up? We can't ever find anything. Hell, we go into Iraq for George Bush Jr. and Sr. to magically steal from the Iraqi museum the remains of Gilgamesh. The Gilgamesh scripts and tablets and the remains of it. Because Gilgamesh was supposedly some type of ancient deity. Nah, man. He wasn't no deity. He's just one of them. And they didn't want it being examined. They didn't want the secrets exposed. The whole point of the 1% of the 1% is to keep the secret. Keep the secret above all else. But you know what, y'all? I know the secret now. I know it. And I'm gonna start spreading it as much as possible. You can mark my words. Because I know all this shit is fake. All of this. Everything. Everything you put in your body. Everything you do is fake. And it's designed for energy. It's for energy, for the powers that be, hence the super intelligent artificial intelligence that has been controlled and brought by alien races back in the day whenever Harry Truman, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was Harry Truman that the story was. Harry Truman, there was 3 ships that landed at Brandenburg Air Force Base. One landed, Truman got in the ship with a creature, and when he got out of that, he was extremely angry, stomped off, and that's when he created Majestic 12. Within the CIA program, or, you know, the secret branch of the military. Why do you think our military, our United States government, everything has been infected? You think Trump's gonna fix this shit? Nobody's going to fix this. He's done a lot for our country. They have to throw the human race a bone every once in a while so that we don't riot, we don't revolt. Every couple centuries, they push just a little too far. What happens? Somebody rises up. 12th century, what happened? Robin Hood rose up. You think that shit was really a story? You think Robin Hood was just you know? No. And that's just one example. When tyranny gets, when they try to push too far, people rise up and they resist. And you know what? The human race always wins. And they don't want that to happen this time. So they thought Hillary was going to win. They were doing everything they could to get Hillary in. 1.3 billion. When have you ever heard 1.3 billion spent on a campaign? So let's deduce here. We wanted the guns. We want the guns taken away from the United States citizens. We want all these anti-hate laws, anti-speech laws. We got YouTube and Google all of a sudden censoring free speech left and right. You have, you know, amendments that want to be amended. Constitutional rights that want to be amended. You want common sense gun laws put on the books. You want to do away with this. You want kids to not even be allowed to be parented by their parents anymore. You want kids to be able to go to school and be indoctrinated by their teachers and told what's right and what's wrong. You want kids to come home and spy on your parents. You want kids to come home and say the next day to the school teacher, oh, but yeah, my parents own guns. Or, oh, yeah, my parents were talking last night. Yeah, they are avid, you know, gun owners. You know, yeah, my parents argue here and there. Oh, yeah, you know, my parents are conservatives and Christians. And, you know, they don't believe in this and that. You want that. That way, then, you can say, nah, don't listen to your parents. And you create one big hive mind, because then a hive mind connects to one mind. And who gets that mind? In essence, then, with the one mind, who gets all the power? You get all that. It's kind of like prayer. It's like, that's the best way I can explain it. It's like prayer, but only an aligning of souls, because souls have immense more power. You have a soul, I have a soul, everybody on the planet has a soul. Nobody knows how to unlock the soul's potential yet. Few can that, can remote view. They can see anywhere across the world by just entering into their mind, or, doing that astral projection shit, because they're born with it. These beings, these robotic pieces of shit, super intelligent, fucking Atari pieces of technology, want to use our souls as power, because that's what feeds them. I understand that now. And I might die after this message is made, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care, because I will go out knowing I knew the truth. You can't blind John Blaze no more. You can't get nothing anymore. And anybody that watches this literally needs to sit down and think. Stop watching. Stop giving a shit about Jussie Smollett cases. Stop giving a shit about climate change. Stop giving a shit about anything else you hear. Anything else. Everything. 99.9% of the shit that you hear is disinformation and propaganda. That 1%, the shit that you can see with your mind, feel, when they spray and all of a sudden you get sick and you can't breathe and shit, that's real. That's real. And they're doing whatever they can to keep you docile, keep your brain from being able to understand this shit. It's already been shown in this study we have a shorter attention span than goldfish. This is what they've done to us, putting fluoride in the water. I just, and you know the most fucked up thing? Alex Jones saw all this shit coming 10 years ago. Now he's just a fraud, and he's owned by the Israelis, and he's made his millions, his $56 million that he makes yearly. And he's kind of a fraud now. He thinks that the Chinese are behind everything. Nah, man, it goes so much deeper than that. But Alex, at a time, man, he knew 10 years ago what they were trying to do and what to implement it today, with the way that they have light bulbs that everything in your house all of a sudden can transmit. Everything's got a Wi-Fi connection. Your washer and dryer, your LED light bulbs, that they're trying to build shit that you walk down the street and your facial recognition, it can pop up and show any little thing you've done, any criminal history you had, and then in the same thing, it scans your whole body, and it can show you like what your metabolites are, any drugs in your system, any issue of anything. It can scan you for that. He was right about that shit, because they're trying to do it. So people, I beg you, it's no more about aliens. All the ships you see nowadays, it's man-made. It's man-made government bullshit. They've learned and they've been loaned robotics. Why do you think the aliens look so real? Cut a fucking alien's head off once. If an alien landed in my back fucking yard right now, I'd cut his fucking head off with a machete, and I bet you it was mechanical. And you can bet me on that. And I challenge the United States government. Land a motherfucking ET craft in the back of my house right now, and I'll cut the fucking thing's head off when it comes out the opening. You ain't gonna fear me. You ain't gonna get me scared just by seeing something land or some light. And I will prove that it's all comes back to super intelligent, super advanced artificial intelligence. Now that is my comment for the night. I apologize, for yelling. I just get heated. I get heated on this subject because I just found a lot of this shit out. I just became awake. I've just awakened. It's like I've gone through something in the past like week and a half that, I don't know, it's like a light bulb has clicked in my brain and a moment of clarity has happened, and I see everything. I see all their game plan. I see everything that they're trying to do. And I mean, I'm scared to death. I am scared to death when they decide to pull the trigger on this, y'all. And y'all should be too, because we're not ready. We're not ready, but once they strike, we're not going to have a lot of strongholds to hold out to, and we're going to have to go underground for a while. But there's always going to be hope, because you know what? Physicists are going to still remain alive. Rocket scientists are going to remain alive, and we will beat you, because you machine fucks don't have what we have, which is empathy, which is love, which is a God-given soul. God-given soul. God didn't make you, you pieces of shit. So